Hey people, Intra-tier 3v3 faction war. This is Angstrom Heights and Chaos Space Marines versus the Eldar. For the Blue Chaos fellas, Unununium is a plague champion, starts off with a damage of a time bolt gun, can get to melee weapons, some strong utility and support, can also repair. Alongside, Bebop as a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control, got some Black Legion. Rounding off the team, the Tenso as a Chaos Lord, a durable and destructive hero walking through objects that cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption fighting in melee. Black Legion elite scheme here. For the Red Eldar team, 24 as a Warp Spider X arcade teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat by default, great for capping and harassing, some powerful control. Harassing the Chaos Lord here, teleports away of course. Alongside them, Mostafa as a Farseer support hero fighting in melee with some powerful buffs and control with the Exarch elite scheme here. Rounding off the teams, ever faithful Leobuilt is a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that leaps into combat, some powerful disruption and support. Just scared off some heretics there with the Destructor, I think. More heretics on the way though, alongside their rather foul-smelling Plague Champion. Double CSM for Unununium, Bebop with double heretics, same for the Tenso, just in a different order. There's some Bolt of Fire for the Warlock, who now fleets away. Guardians will grab that contested wreck point. Banshees on the contested power point. They need to kind of abandon them here though, waiting for some more backup. And here it is, with some more Guardians. Down in the southwest, have two natural powers down here. Sees a lot of action early on Angstrom Heights. CSM behind some heavy cover. Not sure about that fella though. Need to work on your cover skills there, buddy. Heretics now taking a bunch of damage. Needs to reposition those CSM. I think there's some Corn Worship. Plus 1.75 speed for all of the Tenso's units in range. Helps the Chaos Lord get in there. And the Chaos Space Marines did all survive that fight. Little bit of an assist from Bebop. Wasn't really needed though. The Doom Bolts coming in. Sure scared some stuff off, I think, though. Howling Banshees in amongst some heretics, chopping them up. And now they found some Chaos Space Marines. The Howling Banshees power weapons, really big threat to Marines. Chaotic and otherwise. Any heavy infantry there will tear through quite nicely. Warlock still giving chase. Leaping around, disrupting things. A special attack as well. Gonna need to run soon, though, yeah. Maybe those CSM should have just turned around and fought him in melee there. Back down to the southwest. Did they bash a power gen? Almost got the node. I think maybe they bashed a power gen. Might see a combi flamer from the Tenso's Chaos Lord. Noise Marines are up. Could do a lot of work in this area of the map. Their Sonic Blaster will shake apart structures and mess up infantry quite badly too. Prevents ranged attacks and things. Guardians certainly don't like them. Rangers on the field here for Mostafa. In fact, double Rangers for Mostafa. And double Rangers for 24. Ever faithful Leobuilt. Warlock had fallen, now gets repurchased. Sorcerer falls over as well. He's got the Sword of Flame. Just got knocked back by the Farseer, I think. Back down to the southwest. Noise Marines trying to get things done. Warp Spider X up. Could teleport in and tie those guys up. Got some Grenade Launcher Heretics as well. Focusing that Chaos Lord down now with range of fire. Those long rifles doing a decent job. Is it 21 damage per hit? 27 now. I think it used to be 21. They fire quite quickly compared to other sniper rifles these days. But are not as much damage per hit as other sniper rifles. Still doing some good work here though. Warp Spider is doing a lot of good work too. If they got the improved targeters, could be tearing through those heretics quite well. Noise Marines did not drop a model and they get away. Heretics get away. There's a barrage and another heretic escape. Chaos Lord also off the field. And now these guys need to be careful because even if they're behind heavy cover, those sniper rifles, those long rifles I think they call them, will always hit. Shuriken coming in too. Yeah, CSM run. Power might go down there back towards the mid. Double heretics against a bunch of Eldar stuff. There was a kinetic pulse. Farseer in there with the ghost helm. Oh, does she not actually wear a helmet when she has the Exarch elite scheme? I see. Usually that actually gives her a physical 3D helmet model when you have the ghost helm on. But not those fancy Exarch, eh? Well, I guess they're not that fancy compared to Harlequins and things. Sorcerer runs away, has the vestments of the warp. Those contested northeast points are turning red. Warlock hanging out, no war gear. How did this go? Looks like they bashed a couple of gens at least. Maybe, or maybe just one. I thought that one at the top was rebuilding, but I don't think it was. Shuriken got messed up though, eh? Grenade launchers and noise marines, a decent combo for pushing them. We can knock it over and then bring in the ranged damage, the ranged attack shutdown of the Sonic Blaster. Warp Spider Exarch will do his best to hold these guys up. Oh, it's a little assist from Mostafa. Rangers coming in from an angle. I guess coming in from an angle doesn't really matter that much for those guys because they can always shoot you behind cover. Gives your opponent something to think about, the way. Okay, they defended the power. Heretics couldn't really stand the ground. Sorcerer. Did he just revive the Chaos Lord? Almost level 2. Sword of Flame does damage over time, right? Yeah. Just smack the Warp Spider Exarch then. Heretics with Aspiring Champion in melee are a decent option for pushing against rangers. They can't efficiently shoot them down when they have the extra health from the Aspiring Champion, and of course don't want to be getting into melee. We do have some Raptors though from both Unununium and from Bebop. Jump troops with a suppressing cacophony effect when they land. I think these guys like some Slaneshi action. I mean, who doesn't? There it is. There's that suppression when they land. And they have like 30 DPS melee, I believe, so not bad. Certainly scared off those shuriken cannon fellas. Oh, they got a bit too close to the power though, fellas. Could have shot it from afar, I think. Back to the mid. These Raptors are taking a bunch of damage. And they're taking central VP. We may see some anti-melee stuff then from these Eldar heroes, such as the Witchblade of Kurnus. Well, I guess that's kind of anti-infantry, but Ethereal Slash can really punish melee units. And the Gravity Blade, perhaps, from the Farseer. They are going tier 2. Ever Faithful has a Wraith Lord on the way. Looks like Bebop will be the last player in tier 1. No war gear for this Chaos Lord. Not a lot of XP either. Struggled to get into combat so far. Just been focused down by 24 whenever they've been spotted. Basically tried to get in from an angle, but the Shuriken sets up and gets rid of the Chaos Lord. Might need to reposition though. It's not covering that approach anymore. They are indeed repositioning. There we go. Here comes Bebop. Sorcerer teleports into some Rangers and wipes them out. With Coruscating Flame on himself. And wipes out the other Rangers. That's both of Mostafa's Rangers gone. I guess 24's lost one as well. Pretty effective Ranger murder going on then. Plague Champion. Oh, Plague Champion showed up. They all showed up down here. Plague Champion has got the fetid armor. Helps to control the movement of Howling Banshees, which Ever Faithful doesn't have anymore, so I guess it did some work. Here's the Wraith Lord, Shuriken Cannon shoulder mounted. Tons of piercing DPS. Effective against infantry, slightly less so against heavy and super heavy though. Still a really nice option since it doesn't affect the Wraith Lord's melee prowess. Still has melee resistance and full damage. There's the tier 2 for Bebop, and there is tier 3 for Mostafa. Maybe looking for those Seer Council we're seeing a bunch of recently because they got that heavy melee upgrade now. The Merciless Witchblade is in for the Warlock. Another way to mess with Raptors, I suppose, is draining their energy. It's also big chunks of damage from this thing. It's like 130 DPS, I think. Oh, sorry. 130 per hit. 65 DPS. 130 DPS would be insane. Blast Master on the way for the Noise Marines, getting harassed though by the Warp Spider Exarch. And there's the Anti-Grav Grenade. One of those pieces of war gear but I think it's slightly underutilized, especially since it's only 20 power. It's such strong control. So many Warp Spiders you'll see get the improved targeters, which really ups his melee, his combat prowess in general. But anti-grav can be pretty awesome. Chaos Lord still no war gear. Wraith Lord pushing through. Their Tenso has a Dreadnought now with Mark of Zinch on the way for some missile pods. Wraith Lord's not going to like that. Meanwhile, that's the Farseer who's fallen over. Warlock now fully geared, Champion's Robe in, and Heart of Darkness in to power the robe. Uses it to revive the Farseer, but then goes down. Probably wasn't worth it. Wraith Lord is taking hits from Plague Marines and being slowed down as a result. More Guardians Forever Faithful to help prepare this Wraith Lord up there. Here's 24's Wraith Lord. So full power bash. Frenzied Barrage goes in, suppresses a bunch of stuff. His Rangers still sticking around, eh? Well, why not? Dreadnought may go into melee mode to punish them. There we go. I think it has around 73 heavy melee DPS. Yeah, there it is. 73.33. So not bad at all. Doesn't have splash damage, though, with the missile launcher in melee. Northeast. Got some aspiring champion action for the double CSM so they can pop Slaughter. And there is a Seer Council from Mostafa. At the moment, sticking to their power melee Witchblades. Or Singing Spears, I think they're called. For a Seer Council. Someone pointed out in the comments. Warlock, almost level 3. Could be acting, yeah, as a frontline tank to kind of draw fire here because of Champion's Robe and Heart of Darkness. 363 to 359. Gets a good special on those heretics. Getting very low though, Mr. Warlock. Judged it okay. Levels to 3. May need to run away now. Wasn't able to slow the advance of the Wraith Lord. A bunch of repair going in. Seer Council, of course, superbly dangerous in melee against all that infantry over there. And they provide that damage resistance aura to ranged fire. Some friendly fire, but they did take out the Warp Spider Exarch. So Khorne is pleased. I'm screwed, says 24. Really? Got some Warp Spiders. They can't do much against the Dreadnought, is perhaps what they're saying. They've lost their Wraith Lord. Can we see the remains of the Wraith Lord somewhere? Well, I can't. Oh, there we go. Got chased down by the Dreadnought, maybe under some Khorne worship. Here's the Seer Council of Mostafa. It's a whole bunch of heretics want to fight them, though. And they're being kicked by Plague Marines as well. And the Dreadnought wants a bit, maybe. Last Master needs to be careful with friendly fire. Okay, it's aiming over there. Fire Prism is up for Mostafa. And the Chaos Lord has found a Bloodmaw with Armor of the Inferno as well. That's going to be helpful against that Seer Council. Gets a full power bash, maybe stealing the power as well. Farseer runs level 3. Warlock gets knocked over by a friendly Fire Prism, but he's alright. Level 3 as well, of course. Plague Champion, you got any other war gear? Nope. Level 4 with that fetid armor for Unholy Stench. Trying to put some pressure on the Wraith Lord. It is being repaired. There's 2 Plague Marines here. Doing some good damage. That guy got exploded. Wraith Lord levels to 2. Need to keep those Plague Marines moving there, Bebop. They are trying to micro other things at the same time. Wraith Lord goes down. And they didn't do amazingly well, either of them, I don't think. I mean, they were able to apply some pressure with them here and there. That's Malignant Blindness. Trying to stop, well, trying to prevent the Dreadnought from perishing. Is it surviving? Wraith Lord didn't chase because of the Plague Marines that are around. Can they get it? There is a singularity from a D-Cannon. Seer Council flee. Mark of Khorne Chaos Space Marines from the Tenso want to fight him. Can a D-Cannon get a shot here? Before it has to run? Maybe. There we go. Good old D-Cannon shot. So good to see it back. After so many years. Double Fire Prisms now for Mostafa. Can't put Guide on them, of course, these days. Full power bash from Chaos. 345 to 288. Been really solid since these Plague Marines hit the field. We'll see if those Fire Prisms can stay safe from those Nurgle-light missiles. Level 3 Farseer with the Ghost Helm. I don't think I've noticed them using the... what's it called? Mind War. But I'm sure they have. Can't really suppress the Plague Marines to any great effect. Slow them down a little bit. They can still fire. And they won't be slowed down as much as other units would. I guess they can use it on the Mark of Khorne Chaos Space Marines if they see them. Oh, we got some Chaos Terminators now. From Bebop. Can actually use Terminators quite well because the Sorcerer can walk them around and can mess with the movement of enemy units with Chains of Torment or whatever. Yeah, they don't want to fight these Mark of Khorne fellas. Those chain axes are power weapons. They'll very easily tear through this light infantry here. Killing a ranger. Level 3 Chaos Space Marines. Those sort of Terminators demoralizing things as they kill them. Farseer grabs the central VP. D-Cannon sets up, maybe. Double fire prisms here, though. Could be difficult to cap it. Might need the Terminators or the Chaos Lord. Big fellas who can't be knocked over by fire prisms. There's a webway up in the northeast corner. Natural VP turns red again. 2-1 for the Eldar with a Chaos VP lead. Warp Spider Exarch down there. These guys going to power bash, are they? Not much to bash, fellas. Oh, double Dreadnoughts, eh? Both Mark of Tzeentch. And that one's level 2 as well. Sorcerer levels to 5 with the Tome of Subjugation. Gonna be bad news for the Seer Council. Some Tzeentchian worship. Can Chaos push this newly stabilized central VP of the Eldar here? So, yeah, Sorcerer doesn't want to go forward too much. Is that Malignant Blindness we just saw? I don't think so, because those guys are shooting the Chaos Lord pretty easily. Down goes the Chaos Lord. Singularity was dodged. Those guys ran into a whole bunch of trouble. Didn't even need to use Subjugation. Unununium with a Chaos Predator on the way. Tons of red. Could drop a nuke as well. Or just get some Terminators in, maybe. Ever Faithful with triple D cannons. Just lost some Guardians along the way, though. You see how this does, eh? Well, down goes one of these Dreadnoughts. D cannons should do good damage to all targets, and the Fire Prisms can obviously shoot them down. Can they get rid of both of them? Is Bebop paying attention here? They could teleport that Dreadnought to safety. It's being chased. At the moment, they're busy reviving the Chaos Lord. These guys are trying to get haywire. Couldn't quite get it. Still being chased. Now there's Plague Marines to threaten it. That Dreadnought may want to keep moving. There's a subjugated Seer Council, but now they're back. Back under Eldar control. Oh, they don't want to fight the CSM, apparently. They should fight them. Surprised they didn't fight them there. Is it because they're level 3? They have double Seer Council? What? I don't think that's I don't think that's intended behavior. I don't know how they managed it. Oh, they did it because they were subjugated and they called in another Seer Council. Very, very tricky. Tzeentch's plan backfires. Now they have to fight 2 Seer Council. Because they technically had none while that squad was subjugated. They were able to get another from the global bar. Very, very tricksy. Don't think I've ever seen that play out before. See what these D-cannons can do. There's a Singularity. Sorcerer trying to get rid of this one. But they tough it out. They judged it well. And they killed a Sorcerer. These Seer Council with the empowered Singing Spears, heavy melee. And so are these ones. I assume this aura doesn't stack, though. But this is going to be very interesting. Double Seer Council on a single player. With Farseer support, they have Spirit Stones. They just saw the Spiritual Rites go in. Plague Champion's had enough of this. Guff, and he's got a Plague Fist. And I would love to see some Icon of Nurgle. Did we just see it there get cancelled? Down goes one of the... Oh, down goes the tank. I wasn't even watching. Look at the Plague Champion. Down went a Fire Prism as well. That's another singularity. Really bad news for Heretics. Uh-oh. Only the Aspiring Champion survives. Auto cannon on the Terminators as they back off there. There's now 5 D cannons on the field. What is this? Just some Heretic trying to cap stuff. These guys using the webway. And power bashing down in the southwest. Chaos Lord level 3 has hit some decent let the galaxy burns, maybe. Can you bash the node, fellas? Oh, they couldn't bash the node. Chaos Lord hits level 4. Oh, they missed. Not sure if that one hit. Warlock busy capping mid, level 4. Another webway to threaten the Chaos Fellas natural VP. Looks like a bunch of fellas died over there, though. Guardians. Another D cannon for Ever Faithful. Have they really done that well so far? I guess they're holding this. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with this Warlock? Oh, that's just Heart of Darkness, I think. Looked like he had Mind War on him from the Farseer, which wouldn't make much sense. That red misty stuff, that red circle, just Heart of Darkness doing darkness things. Terminator's in range of the D cannons now. Oh, so are these guys, apparently. Warlock runs, mid is decapped. Still pressuring the power down here is 24. A shrewd move, perhaps. Might mean that the blue team can't recover their losses as well as they might have wanted to with a bunch more power. But they're getting cleaned up by the Terminators and stuff. Those are the Tenso's Terminators with no upgrade yet. Sorcerer, level 7, done well. Gets rid of a bunch of... Well, gets them off the field, the D-cannons. There's still 5 on the field. Did Ever Faithful get another one and cancel it? Oh, maybe they did. Maybe they did kill one. But this one looks fresh. Using the webway. Did they use the webway? Just got in and out of it, I think. Meanwhile... Oh, is it these guys using the webway? They have the VP. Bashing power. Got some Fire Prism fire support. And those double Seer Council, eh? What could do about that? Do you have Chains of Torment? No, they still have Vestments of the Warp. Could get Lightning Claws. No sign of it yet. And they do have this thing. For some Sweeping Doom. What's going on over here? A big fight. Subjugated Seer Council there. Green's joining top of the screen. Doesn't seem like those guys are approaching for grenades. That is a big levitation field from the Gravity Blade, though. Not bad. Seer Counts are now back under Eldar control, I think. I only see one squad, though. Farseer runs away. Seer Council run away. They did both get away, though, I think. Fire Prism was really far forward. No way it's going to make it out here. That was such a big risk from Mostafa. Should have just kept that thing in the mid, I think. 165.93. D cannons helping out. Maybe. No, they need to move. Quite nippy for a setup team, though. Can rotate quite well. Power was bashed. This one is kind of being rebuilt. Big old chaotic power fist coming in. Ever Faithful now has 5 D cannons just from them. And that other one from 24. Hey, we do have the Icon of Nurgle, awesome. And a nuke. Imperial Abyss from Unununium takes out one of the D cannons. And they can... Hey, they're ready to drop another one when the cooldown is up. Very close, 161 to 178. Slight VP lead for the Eldar players. Maybe need to diversify your army a bit down there. Leobuilt. Or up there, they're technically the top player, I think. More power bashing. Yeah, heavy melee Seer Council, pretty effective power bashers actually. Should be splitting them up though, so they can all hit the gens. There we go, now they're being split up. And they get on shot at. Where's the... There we go, there's the slaughter. Removing the cooldown of these bolted guns. Increasing DPS a bunch. Oh. Ever Faithful has used the webway to cover this VP. Bring the fighting to this location. Ever Faithful says back. Talking to Mostafa, I think. That heretic got flung. Here we see levitation field again on those Mark of Pawn CSM fellas. Lots of demoralization from the Terminators, though, eh? Are the Seer Council all going to get away? Something got subjugated, I think. Maybe. Oh, hey. We have the phase shift. Into an Eldritch Storm, it looks like. Got some power blades on that fella too. There it is. Now these days you get, I think it's 50% damage resistance for a few seconds after the phase shift because of using it to set up the Eldritch Storm was like that was a little bit toxic. Just not as devastating as it would have been, but still pretty devastating. Well played, Chosen Plague Marines. Look at a chunk of XP they got already. Mostafa down to just Seer Council now. They did some very risky attacks onto this VP. Very risky. I mean, getting the VP is great, but maybe they should have pulled out of those fights earlier. Especially when you know you're up against a Sorcerer that can subjugate your stuff. Level 9 Sorcerer too. Got a big chunk of energy to use on things to mess with you. Double Chaos Terminators for Bebop. And one for the Tenso. All three with an autocannon. 3D cannons here doing work. Some good damage, obviously. But they can't stay there for long. When double Terminators are facing them down. 122 to 170. It's a no-cap game. Gonna be 2-1 for Chaos, though, I think. Avatar of Cain on the way for 24. Mostafa's next purchases are vital. Leobuilt with just 5 D cannons. They need a bunch of field presence from their allies to make that work, I think. And Mostafa doesn't have it right now. Got a bit of time though. I think it's worth getting Dark Creepers up here. Try and trade with the Terminators. With the Seer Council running into their face, you know. Level 8 Farseer now has Armor of Assyrian for Time Field. That's going to help shut down all these nasty autocannon shots. And there's the Avatar from 24. Super unit for Eldar. Powerful combatant with a bunch of area of effect buffs. Need some support here though. Getting slowed down by the Plague Marine shots and frustrated. Keeping them moving was Bebop there. Almost level 3 those fellas. Let the galaxy burn right on those Rangers' faces. That particular part of the galaxy is burning pretty good. What is this? Oh, more Terminators. We now have 5 Chaos Terminator squads. And Eldar are taking mid. What is this? Is that like multiple singularity markers? I think that was. Farseer is in a bit of bother, but runs in for the levitation field and heals everything with spiritual rites. Pretty effective. Noxious Cloud coming in now, though. Level 7 Plague Champion getting stuck in. And the Noxious Cloud is quite painful, but so are Seer Council ripping through some Chaos Space Marines there. Hasn't been moving the Noxious Cloud either. Maybe you should have kept these guys power melee. Because they only ever had the... well, I guess they did have that tank at some point. And a couple of dreadnoughts. They're doing a bunch more damage if they had power melee against all that heavy and super heavy infantry. Are these guys going to escape? I don't think so. Seer Council fall. Now they can't get another one. Unless they get subjugated, I suppose. Great unclean one on the way for Bebop. Mostafa down to a single unit. Now you have one, says Unununium. Level 2 Chosen Plague Marines. These guys unique to the Plague Champion. Chaos in a good spot. Have a double cap, 5 Terminators. Great unclean one on the way. High level heroes. Some Icon of Corn for the Chaos Lord. Ever Faithful still getting D-cannons and nothing else. A little bit of diversification may have helped, although if Mostafa didn't push so hard on that VP and lose a big chunk of their army, things would have been very different. I mean, obviously, if a player doesn't lose a bunch of units, things are very different. Level 5 Warlock trying to get things done with Providence. Gets a decap. Still a double, though, for Chaos. And there's a bunch of singularities. Avatar. Frunking on some Terminators. Kills one. But he's all alone. Plague Champion busy capping. And Eldar having to get their natural back using a D-cannon. Ever Faithful got very excited by the new D-cannons, I think. Where's that great unclean one? He's a beautiful boy. There he is. I don't think we're going to get to see him hit anything. Does Chaos have it with a double at the end? What an awesome game. GG indeed. Level 8 Plague Champion. Bebop rocking a level 10 Sorcerer. We had a level 6 Chaos Lord. Warp Spider Exarch level 3. Level 8 Farseer. Double Seer Councils was awesome, but they got a little bit excited maybe. And pushed up too much with that webway. And Ever Faithful Leobuilt with a D-cannon production line and a level 5 Warlock. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Big thanks to these players for taking part in a faction war, and the Tenso for organizing things and sending me the replays. I'll see you guys next time.